or difficulty, penetrates directly into the true nature of dharmas. He has neither grief in samsara nor joy in nirvana. The possession of this sovereign wisdom is what is called the faculty of wisdom. Altruism in the practice of the faculties. The bodhisattva in possession of the 5 faculties understands well the various faculties of beings. He understands the faculties of beings with desire or without desire, hateful or without hatred, stupid or without stupidity. He understands the faculties of beings destined to fall into the bad destinies, destined to be reborn among humans or destined to be reborn among the gods. He understands the beings of weak faculties or of sharp faculties. He understands beings of superior, medium, or lower faculties. He understands the faculties of guilty or faultless beings, rebellious or docile. He understands the faculties of beings who are always reborn in the desire realm, in the form realm or in the formless realm. He understands the faculties of beings of coarse or fine roots of good. He understands the faculties of beings predestined to salvation, predestined to ruin or without predestination. He understands the faculties of careless or impetuous people. He understands the faculties of beings bearing the burden. He understands the faculties of miserly or generous people, respectful people or disrespectful people, people of pure morality or of impure morality, angry or patient people, energetic or lazy people, people of distracted mind or of concentrated mind, stupid people or wise people, fearless or fearful people, prideful people or people without pride, people of right conduct or of wrong conduct, controlling their senses or not controlling their senses. He understands the faculties of people who seek the path of the Sravakas, that of the Pratyeka Buddhas, or that of the Buddhas. In this knowledge of the faculties of beings, the bodhisattva shows his mastery, skillfulness, and power. This is what is called the faculty of wisdom. V. The 5 powers. When the bodhisattva has progressed in the practice of the 5 faculties, he is able to destroy the afflictions, save beings, and acquire the conviction that dharmas do not arise. This is what is called the 5 powers or strengths. Moreover, as the god Mara and heretics are unable to destroy them, they are called powers or strengths. 6. The 7 factors of enlightenment. Here are the 7 factors of enlightenment. 1. The bodhisattva no longer thinks about or reflects on any dharma. This is the factor of enlightenment called attentiveness. 2. Looking among the dharmas for good, bad, or neutral dharmas, the bodhisattva finds nothing. This is the factor of enlightenment called discernment of dharmas. 3. Without entering into the threefold world, the bodhisattva reduces the characteristic traits of all worlds into pieces. This is the factor of enlightenment called exertion. 4. In regard to all the formations, the bodhisattva produces no attachment or pleasure and, as all signs of grief and joy have been overcome in him, this is the factor of enlightenment called joy. 5. In all dharmas, there is nothing but an object of mind. This is the factor of enlightenment called relaxation. 6. The bodhisattva knows that all dharmas, which have as their characteristic being always concentrated, are not sometimes scattered and sometimes concentrated. This is the factor of enlightenment called concentration. 7. The bodhisattva is not attached to any dharma, does not rest there and no longer sees them. This mind of equanimity is the factor of enlightenment called equanimity. This is how the bodhisattva considers the 7 factors of enlightenment as empty. Question. Why explain these 7 factors of enlightenment so briefly? Answer. Of these 7 factors of enlightenment, 4, namely attentiveness, wisdom, exertion and concentration have been fully explained above. Now we must speak of the 3 others. 1. The bodhisattva who practices the factor of enlightenment called joy considers this joy as unreal. Why? This joy arises from causes and conditions. These are the formations, conditioned dharmas, impermanent dharmas that produce attachment. but if the thing that produces attachment is impermanent, once it has disappeared, it arouses grief. Worldly people are attached to it out of error, but if they know that dharmas are empty of reality, they correct themselves at once and say, I made a mistake. It is like a man in the darkness tormented by hunger and thirst who has swallowed impure things, then, by the light of day, he re-examines the things and finally understands his mistake. Considering things in this way, the bodhisattva puts his joy into real wisdom. This is true joy. 2. Having acquired this true joy, first he eliminates unwholesome physical states, then he eliminates unwholesome mental states, and finally he eliminates all characteristics of dharmas. Thus he acquires well-being that fills the body and the mind and that constitutes the factor of enlightenment called relaxation. 3. Since he has attained joy and relaxation, he disregards any form of examination, namely, examination of impermanence, examination of suffering, examination of emptiness and non-self, examination of arising and cessation, examination of existence, examination of non-existence, examination of what is neither existence nor non-existence. The bodhisattva abandons all futile proliferation of this kind completely. Why? Because absence of nature, absence of object, non-activity, absence of futile discursiveness, perpetual pacification are the true nature of dharmas. If the bodhisattva did not practice this equanimity, there would still be arguments. Indeed, those who hold the existent to be true consider the non-existent to be false. Those who hold the non-existent to be true consider the existent to be false. And those who hold to be true what is neither existent nor non-existent consider as false that which is both existent and non-existent. They like what they believe to be true, they hate what they believe to be false, and this gives rise to grief and joy. Why not disregard all that? When the bodhisattva has attained this real joy, this relaxation, and this equanimity, the 7 factors of enlightenment are complete. 7. The 8 members of the path. As for the 8 members of the noble path, the first or right view, the 6th or right effort, the 7th or right mindfulness and the 8th or right concentration have already been explained above. Now we must speak of right thought.